3, 4. There's a place that I know, a lovely place to be handsome. Then I'll show you a lovely place to be handsome. Then I'll get it, a lovely place to be in love. And then we'll think about something else, and maybe start to find it. It's always fine when it's deep inside. And then we'll think it over and start to think about it. Transatlantic Airways, a lovely place to be in slow. Then I'll say it so many miles above. Then I'll think it a lovely place to be outside. And then I'll think about something else, and then we'll start to change it. You know how deeply we are inside. And then we think it over, try to find the magic. Johnny Red-Eyed met his mom, and he knew that she knew what he was gonna say. But it doesn't really matter anyway. I've got bonds that I've saved up for a while. She clipped her sullen face with an Owens. His face that he raised it to the sky, and the sun began to shine. And in the morning when you rise, be sure to know your destiny, 'cause it's all worthwhile, all worthwhile. The man across the street ain't wise. If he was wise, if he was wise, he'd be on the other side, other side. Reach out for the sky to know what it's like. Go on, try. I've been to places that I knew. I've been to Pacific Street, to Maycan's Meet, and it's all worthwhile, all worthwhile. And I believe in what I do. I've seen the legendary and I cannot see, 'cause it's all worthwhile, all worthwhile. Reach out for the sky to know what it's like. Come on, try. the sky to know what it's like. We'll try. I wanna walk the streets you do. I've been to Pacific Street to make ends meet, and it's all worthwhile, all worthwhile. And in the morning when you rise, be sure to know your destiny, 'cause it's all worthwhile. All worthwhile.
Alright, mate.
Alright, Mick, John, and also Andy. Welcome back to Radio Merseyside. You're here more than me at the moment, I think. You're always in. Always in the place, always on the station.
I've got a little room upstairs.
Right in the penthouse suite.
Yeah, me and the caretaker.
You could do with it. Because you hear that a lot, but it's good to see you back again. And you're going to do some tracks for us from the Pale Fountains. I'm going to talk about the gigs next week and stuff like that. And what's the first one, Mick?
It's called Norfolk Broads.
Thanks a lot.
So, mate.
Mick, Andy, and also John as well, here tonight. You decided to reunite the name of the Pale Fountains, Mick, to celebrate a moment in time when you first began with the band. So the obvious question is, why now, when things seem to be, going really well and smoothly with Shaq?
Kind of, the last couple of years, a lot of people have said, like, are you doing any Paley songs? And we always kind of say, no. And then somebody said, it's 25 years, and I don't know what it was, but we did a couple of songs in rehearsals and they sounded alright. Ian, the drummer, and Martin, the bass player, were like, can we do that again? And we kept doing them in rehearsals, and then in the end somebody said, like, why don't we do a gig? So we said, it's a good idea, but then got the fright of our lives when we got the dates in, you know what I mean? It was like you're playing on the, and it was like, oh my god,
there's no going back.
No, it became a reality then, you know what I mean? Which was exciting, so it was like, let's sort it out and let's get in touch with Andy and Jock and, get the Paleys back together for a couple of gigs.
Got Andy back.
Yeah.
Jock back as well, I believe.
Yeah, he came down for a rehearsal today, and we were all, a bit tentative. I think everybody a bit, he was amazing. I said, like, how long's it since you've drummed? And he said, about 20 years, and my knees buckled, you know what I mean? I thought, oh my god.
I believe there is a story behind it, because we put an APB out for him, and you did find him.
Yeah, nice one for that, we totally appreciated that, because that's how we found him.
So you got him through that, through the radio?
Yeah.
And he was actually living in Liverpool?
Well, he lives in the next street to Skinny, which is...
That's a coincidence, isn't it?
It's one of them, though, you know what I mean? If we'd have got somebody else, we'd have bumped into him left, right and centre after that,
This is it, we're putting it as a big, APB for him, and he's living in the next street too.
Do you know what I mean?
Small world.
Yeah.
But you are doing it quite, you're doing it quite low-key, in the fact that you're only doing 2 gigs, you're doing Liverpool next Saturday and you're doing London as well. So you're not making a big thing of it.
No, it's just that, when I say one-off, it's a little two-off, if you like, and I don't know, I thought it was a great idea, and the closer it got to the dates, the more excited I personally started getting, and then meeting up with Andy today and actually doing our first rehearsal today was mind-blowing, really, for me personally. Like.
Being like a bit too young to remember when you originally done the albums for, you put the albums out on Virgin. I've joined your musical background with Shaq, basically, and I've come back to the old albums with Pale Fountains, and there's probably a lot of Shaq fans who are in a similar position who've picked up with Shaq and come to the gigs and are going back and going back to the early albums as well. So this is a great opportunity for people my sort of age to go back and get an opportunity to see you live as well.
Yeah, well, definitely. When people were coming up saying about the Paleys, the first question was like, is Jock playing? Hopefully, is Andy playing? I hope so, yeah. And that was the main thing for me, just actually getting the band on stage and playing some music, you know, and then see what happens from there. But it's a bit surreal in a way, you know. I'm excited. I can't wait. I'm
sure there's a lot of people excited as well listening to this tonight. I'm looking forward to the gig next week. So just go back to those original times. Maybe we could bring Andy on this about the magic times when you were originally together, and the gigs that you'd done at the times and the albums you put out. What do you recall of those years?
A mixture of really enjoying it and then a real pain as well. It was like giving birth. It was hard. It was like we were doing something special, and I don't think people appreciated that. And I think a lot of people took advantage of us in the music business. And listening back, I think we survived. A lot of it sounds really good still.
Yeah.
You were saying he dealt some blows at the time. It wasn't, it didn't run as smooth as you would like it to at the time. Going back.
No. Certainly didn't.
It's a weird time, wasn't it?
It was a really weird time, yeah. I mean, we were sort of young and naive, I suppose, and it was a big lesson. It's like, it was like our first brush with the music world and music industry, I suppose, and yeah.
Kind of got through in the deep end, didn't we?
We did get thrown right in the deep end, yeah.
Anything you do different? If you look back now, would you done it different?
I think we would have stood up for ourselves a bit more, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think we did in the end, and listening to Pacific Street, our album, I'm just like, wow, I'm so glad we didn't get an orchestra in. And we made the album that we were supposed to make.
Do you think it happened too, maybe Mick wants to comment, do you think it happened too quickly? Or
I don't know, not really, because like the Paleys went from, it took about 12 months from like starting off, learning our instruments and then getting signed to somebody, you know what I mean? But yeah, it probably did. But I thought we were wise and smart enough and competent enough with our instruments to actually, at the bottom line was we just knew we wrote great songs. And I think there was one or two people, say for example on Virgin Records, who knew we did. But it really was a strange time at the time, we were fighting with like Ultravox and China Crisis and just that, you know what I mean? It was a bit weird.
There was a lot of competition around, as you say. Well, the climate was different as well from what it is now.
Total different climate, yeah.
Yeah.
We had loads of dough, which was well documented, so we could get like, we wanted an orchestra, so it was like, kind of like what we wanted was kind of on tap in a way. So we basically just did we just wrote and carried on recording them. When some of the people from Virgin Records heard some of the demos, it was like, what the dickens, you know what I mean? Because it was quite orchestral, and we just thought we had like carte blanche, and we just did what we thought was the song should go like.
What you trying to say, they were trying to push you in a different direction. You just wanted to do how you wanted to do it, and they would, because they give you the money, they were saying, we want you to do it like this, and there was the usual policy of trying to make you something that you didn't want to be. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, in a way, when we signed to Virgin, there was a lad called Rob Collins who wore similar clothes to us, he had a similar haircut, and all the major labels were after us, but he seemed like a decent little dude, and at the end of the day, he was a nice fella, and he said like, we can do this, we can do that. Cut a long story short, so we signed to Virgin, and within about a month he left, so we were in a little bit of a vacuum. So the people who we were left with the A&R department really didn't know what to do with us, where he did in a way. He could see what we were about and how he could possibly nurture it and take it somewhere to the next stage, if you like, but he left to go and work with Some Bazaar, fair play. And then we were left with the kind of dinosaurs, the ones who were like left over from the 70s, who were like, didn't really have a clue, you know what I mean?
Didn't understand what you were trying to do.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, bringing it towards present day, how's your music developed since then, would you say, Mick?
Personally, I think we've all, me and John, as songwriters from the Paleys, have developed. Andy's done his own thing and that, like, and obviously me and John have gone on to do Shack and the Strands, and I think, like, it's just developed, and it's always developing. I think we're good at it, and it'll just keep developing, We must just stress at this point that you're just doing the gigs. There's no plans to record any new material, or is there? What's the situation with the Pale fans? It's just 2 gigs and that's it, and it's basically great to be back together, or is the plan to do new material? Not at the moment, no. It's I think we've all got ideas for the future. With Shaq's halfway through an album. I know John's got some stuff, solo stuff. I've got some solo stuff. I know Andy's got some stuff. I know Ian, the drummer's got some stuff, and Martin's got some stuff. So I don't think so with the Paleys. It's just see how this goes, and you know, I just can't wait to see the audience.
Yeah, so enjoy it basically while you're doing it. And London, 2 big gigs and that.
Yeah.
Should be good to be back on stage together as well, and you just see what it's like.
It's like, yeah, we're here to play Pale Fountain songs, but when we're all in the room together, I think we can't help ourselves, and sort of new stuff's happening, but no one knows where it's going to go. We're just like, we love making things up.
I think it's going to be great.
Should be a magic evening.
I'd say so, mate. Yeah.
All the best with it.
It's a good one, mate. Nice one.
Hope it goes well. I'll be there.
It's right. Yeah.
Looking forward to see it live.
Good one, mate.
See it on stage. It'll be fantastic. It'll be good.
I can't wait, mate.
You going to do another one for us?
Yeah. I'm going to do.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do Reach.
Cool.
You know, as I said earlier, like we were getting to know the songs as well today, like, so you'll have to bear with us.
No problem. That was brilliant. Mick, Andy, and also John. Thanks
nice
for
one, mate.
Thanks for coming in. Pale Fountains next Saturday. All the best with it.
Nice one, lads. Thanks for having us, mate.
Nice one.